Good morning, YouTube. I know it's not actually morning. I'm making this at local time, 12:45 a.m., but I'm a night shifter, and so this is my morning. I wanted to come to YouTube and talk to you guys a little bit about stacking silver and what inspired me to do this. Now, right here is almost the entirety of my stack, as it's called I've discovered. Now, the reason I started stacking this is a long and painful story. And it starts with young whiskey and silver, growing up and not really learning a whole lot about how money works. I've learned about how to spend money. I learned real good about how to spend money. I am an excellent money spender. And as many of you know about the economy, we don't have money to spend, we have debt. So credit cards were my way of life. I was a debt zombie. And it was really easy to get into, and as you well know, it's very hard to get out of. For years and years, I lived as a debt zombie because it was just too painful to try and do anything about it. Half of my income, which wasn't dedicated to living expenses, was dedicated to paying off the debt. There was absolutely no way to get ahead. And I wouldn't even want to check my bank balance in the morning. I'd get up and be like, I have enough for food, I have enough for gas, and that's all I needed. I'm not going to check the bank balance because I don't want to see the things that are going to stress me out, namely cash outflow going to service this debt. And I lived like this for years and years and years, and I tried once really hard to get out of debt, and I found myself right back in debt because it's the American way of life. It's not necessarily about keeping up with the Joneses, but it is about getting what you want when you want it, that just-in-time consumerism that we've learned about having broken down recently. Now, what changed was the stupid virus. And with everything happening, I discovered very quickly that being over-leveraged, being beholden to other companies or other people for my own money, access to money, is no way to go about living life. It's a completely insecure way of living. It's not sustainable. It's not right. But it's what we've been taught to do. And over the last couple of months, well, really more like the last month, I've been learning about money versus currency. And I've learned a lot from people like Silver Dragons, Florida Stacker, Yankee Stacker, and a long list of others. I'm very grateful for the videos you've made. Because you've given me this. You've taught me what money is. And money doesn't sound or feel, currency doesn't sound or feel like real money. Like this stuff, the first time I held it, I had an epiphany. I said, wow, this is what wealth really feels like. And this is pretty much the entirety of my stack. So as you can see, I'm not wealthy. I have whopping 2 grams of gold here, and that is it. That is all I've got to my name. I have student loans, I have car payments, all the normal stuff, so I can't say I'm debt-free, but I was able to make some adjustments and wipe out a good portion of my consumer debt, that credit card debt. And what you see here is some of the savings and some of that credit card payments that I would have made, I've put into savings. Now, I know I'm not investing. I'm not buying this to try and make money off of it. I don't plan on selling it ever if I can help it. I'm on the late end of millennial, so I don't plan on having a retirement. My 401k, as soon as the stock market crashes, is just going to go back to being completely worthless. And that's it. I don't have a pension. I don't have anything like that. All I have is going to be this. and the other stocks and everything else that come with the 401k, of course. But I never had any sort of wealth or anything I could tangibly hold in my hand like this. This is one of my favorites. The Scottsdale Stacker is incredible. It's 10-ounce silver. It's just beautiful, and you can't really get a sense of the weight and the density and what it feels like until you get one yourself. So I definitely recommend you get one of these yourself if you don't have one already. They're absolutely beautiful. And this is going to be what I pass on to my family. This is my life insurance policy, really. I mean, my retirement is going to be my life insurance policy for my family. As soon as I die, they get the money. That's my retirement plan. I don't plan on being able to become wealthy. I don't plan on having anything other than what I can build myself. I don't have intergenerational wealth. I'm not one of those, people who have that, and I'm not begrudging anyone who does. You're very lucky if you do. I'm grateful. But this is starting from scratch. I'm closer to 40 than not. I'm a paramedic in a city, and so who knows how long I'll last working that job. Who knows how long I'll live. Time is not guaranteed. There's one thing that this job has taught me. It's that you have to plan on leaving something behind that's tangible, because you never know when you're going to shuffle off this mortal coil. And this current health problem that we're facing across this world has taught me that. Now, this is a special piece to me. I didn't buy this. This is something that my father gave to me. My dad gave me a box of some of his old belongings that he didn't want to store when he moved down to Arizona, being the snowbird that he is now. And so he left me his coin collection from when he was a kid. And there's not anything that's, going to let me buy a house with it. But these are coins that he collected when he was 12, 13, in the 60s. And I've never seen coins like this before in my life until I opened up this box and found his old coin collection. And it didn't feel right to me to cash out, as it were. There's decades worth of history there. And when he was a kid, you can't replace that. That doesn't have value that, 90% silver weight can replace. And so I decided I would start adding to it. This was his too. And he had it a little full. There was definitely some winners in here. But I recently bought a roll of Mercury dimes to try and sort through these and add some myself. Because why not? If my dad enjoyed it when he was a kid, I might as well add to that legacy, so when I have kids I can pass it down to my kids also. So I'll keep this short and sweet. I don't know anything about making YouTube videos, but if you're thinking about starting to buy silver or gold, if you're thinking about getting into the community, they're absolutely wonderful people. They've all been very kind, and they're all very generous. And I can't say enough good things about the silver stacking community, or gold, but I'm not exactly running in circles with the big gold players. One thing I'll show you before I go I thought was really interesting. I have very few American Silver Eagles, but of the ones I do have, I noticed that one of these is different. The one on the left here says silver round, and on the back you can see that one of these is actually United States currency, and one of these is just a generic round. And having been fairly new to stacking, I actually had to sort this guy out of my my ASE pile, as small as it is, because I didn't realize at first this was not the same as this one. So definitely have a small number of American Silver Eagles. Just kind of got those when spot was $15. The premiums have been crazy, I've learned, so I've been buying mostly generic silver just to have the weight. Got a bunch of these Buffalo rounds, which are very nice, absolutely beautiful. And that's what these are right here. Got a couple of tubes, nothing much. Just to get started, just to have some weight and have some value in the market. And Big shout out to Mutiny Metals too. These are absolutely gorgeous. Love these. This is poured silver. This is worth its weight in silver. I don't know if there's ever going to be a premium on these because they're pretty cool, but I'm not sure. Not sure what the market's going to do. I'm still learning about that. So I've been sticking to kind of generic silver, looking to add weight more than numismatic or premium value. This one I feel like probably is going to have collectible status in another decade or so. Another couple of years, we're going to look back on it and hopefully laugh this off, those of us that are left. I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. I guess, like everyone says, if you can like and subscribe, that'd help me out. Just getting started, so you'll be one of the first. Thanks. Bye.